Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. And today, um, today we're going to be looking at something pretty fascinating: convolutional neural networks, CNNs.
Yeah, definitely fascinating.
Yeah.
Really at the heart of how machines are starting to be able to see,
Mm-hmm.
and interpret the world visually. So it's yeah, it's a really exciting area.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people hear that and they think like, okay, a machine seeing, but like how? What does that even mean? Like, is it really seeing, or is it just crunching numbers?
Yeah, and I think that's a great question
Yeah.
because it really gets at the heart of what a CNN is.
Yeah.
It's not just looking at pixels, like you said, it's actually interpreting them. It's understanding the patterns and objects that those pixels represent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really big deal because it means that machines are starting to be able to understand the visual world
Yeah.
in a way that's much more similar to how we do.
Yeah.
Not just, oh, those are different colors, but that's a
Well.
face. That's a car. That's a tree.
Right, and it's not just about identifying those things, but it's about understanding the context, like
Yeah.
what's happening in the image, what's the relationship between the objects. And that's where things get really interesting.
Exactly. And that's where the convolutional part of CNNs comes in. It's this idea of using filters to scan smaller sections of the image and to look for specific features.
So it's kind of like taking a magnifying glass to the image
Hmm.
and looking at it in detail.
Exactly. And each of these filters is kind of like a specialist looking for a specific clue, like an edge or a corner or a texture. And by combining the information from all of these filters, the CNN can start to build up a really detailed picture of what's in the image.
So it's like a team of detectives, each one looking for a different piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
And then they all come together and they share their findings and they build up a picture of what's going on.
Precisely. And that's how a CNN can start to recognize complex objects and patterns, even if it's never seen them before.
Right. So we've got these filters, scanning the image, looking for clues. But how does the CNN actually learn? Like, how does it know that a cat is a cat and a dog is a dog?
Right. That's where the neural network part of CNNs comes in. So these filters are connected together in a network.
Okay.
And as the CNN processes information, the connections between these filters, they start to change. They get stronger or weaker.
Yeah.
Based on the data that the CNN is seeing.
So it's kind of like the more the CNN sees something, the better it gets at recognizing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like practicing. If you see 1,000 pictures of cats, you're going to get pretty good at recognizing cats. And it's the same thing for a CNN.
So it's like teaching a computer to see.
Yeah, I like that. It's teaching a computer to see.
Yeah.
And to understand the world in the same way that we do.
And that's pretty powerful when you think about it.
It is. It is. And it has some pretty profound implications for all kinds of things. Everything from self-driving cars.
Yeah.
Medical diagnosis,
Yeah.
TND10, security, all sorts of stuff.
Right? Because now we have machines that can not just see, but also understand what they're seeing.
Exactly.
And that opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
It does. It does.
So this is definitely one of those hold on to your hats moments in technology.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really exciting time to be working in this field. There's so much happening and so much potential for CNNs to really change the world.
And we're just getting started.
We are.
So let's dive in and see what these CNNs are all about.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so we're talking about CNNs being used everywhere, from self-driving cars to medical diagnoses. And I'm curious, what are some real-world examples that really stand out to you?
Well, let's take the medical field. There's a research paper you provided that talked about how CNNs are being used to analyze images of skin lesions. And it turns out they can be really accurate at distinguishing between, benign moles and potentially cancerous ones.
Yeah. Wow. That's incredible. So it's like having this extra set of expert eyes, helping doctors make these crucial decisions.
Yeah, exactly. And, and it's not just about making things easier for the doctor, but it's also about potentially catching those early warning signs. That might be missed by the human eyes. So, that kind of early detection can be life-saving.
And it's amazing how a technology developed for image recognition can have such a profound impact on healthcare.
Yeah, it really is. And the applications go beyond just static images, too. You think about analyzing videos like those from security cameras. CNNs can be trained to detect unusual activity, which could help to improve safety in public spaces or even prevent crimes.
So it's not just about recognizing objects, it's about understanding actions and patterns over time.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
And, in another article you shared, there was a discussion about how CNNs are being used to analyze sports footage. They can actually track player movements, predict passes, and even identify potential injuries before they become serious.
Wow. That's taking data analysis to a whole new level.
It really is. Coaches must be drooling over this kind of insight.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got healthcare, security, sports. What other areas are you excited about when it comes to the future of CNNs?
Well, one area that I think is particularly fascinating is the potential of CNNs to help us understand and protect the environment. Researchers are using them to analyze satellite imagery, to track deforestation, monitor wildlife populations, even predict natural disasters.
It's incredible to think that these algorithms can help us see the bigger picture, literally, when it comes to the health of our planet.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing. And, it's not just about observation. It's about using that data to make informed decisions and take action. So, CNNs can help us manage resources more effectively, protect endangered species, respond to environmental threats more proactively.
So CNNs aren't just about making things easier or more efficient. They're about expanding our understanding of the world and empowering us to make a real difference.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point.
Yeah.
We're not just developing algorithms here, we're shaping the future.
Right. And it's a future with a lot of potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both good and bad, I imagine.
That's right. It's important to be mindful of both the potential benefits and the potential risks of this technology.
Yeah, that's something we should definitely keep in mind as we continue to explore the world of CNNs.
I agree.
It's funny, when I first heard about CNNs, I thought it was all robots and spaceships, like some distant future. But really, it's impacting us right now in ways we don't even realize.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it. Spam filters in your email. Personalized recommendations when you're shopping online. CNNs are behind the scenes making all that happen.
Really? I never even, wow.
Yeah. You don't even see them. But they're working hard.
So they're already a part of our lives.
In more ways than we realize.
And in the future.
Yeah.
What about in the future?
The potential is huge.
Yeah.
One article you shared talked about CNNs and get this, art and music.
Wait, a computer composing a symphony? A computer painting a masterpiece?
It's already happening. AI programs are creating photorealistic images, composing music in different styles.
Well, hold on. Is this the end of human artists then? Robot Picassos and AI Mozarts?
It's a big question. Some see AI as a tool, to help artists.
Yeah.
To enhance creativity. Others worry about AI replacing artists altogether.
Like every new technology, right? There's this fear of the unknown. But history shows technology often creates new opportunities.
Think about the camera. It didn't destroy painting. It led to new art movements, new ways of seeing.
So maybe AI is a collaborator, a partner in creation.
Exactly. That's what's so exciting. We're not just building technology. We're shaping the future of art, of music, of culture.
Wow.
We're exploring what it means to be human in this world with intelligent machines.
So maybe someday we'll all be enjoying symphonies by CNNs, paintings by AI.
It's a future full of possibility.
And a little bit daunting.
It is. But like any powerful tool, it's how we use it that matters.
Yeah.
The potential for good is huge. But we need to be responsible.
Develop AI ethically.
Exactly.
Well, we've covered so much today. The technical stuff, the mind-blowing applications, the ethical side. It's been a journey.
It really has. For our listeners out there, I hope this deep dive has given you a better understanding of CNNs and sparked some questions about the future.
Always encourage you to explore more. Check out the links. Keep learning. AI is always changing.
This conversation is just beginning.
Who knows? Maybe you listening will be the one to make the next breakthrough.
The next amazing application.
That's a great thought to leave on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into convolutional neural networks. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, keep learning.